Boom! Welcome back to the channel. I'm Hank Strange. This is StrangerPalooza. Today, I'm in Springfield, Missouri at the 27North factory here with Mark of 27North. Mark, good to see you again.
Great to see you, Hank. Always good to see you.
Absolutely, same here. And today, we're going to give you guys a sneak peek.
First reveal. We're so excited to have Hank here, and you get to see our new Trekker, our overlanding vehicle. It's just really awesome.
So this would be your excursion truck.
Correct.
Similar to the Ascender.
Correct, a little smaller.
Like a mini version of the Ascender. You know what? Let's just go take a look at it, Mark.
Let's do it.
This is still in the prototype stage, kind of, right?
Well, this one is actually being built for a customer, so we have some back orders.
So we're past prototyping at this point.
Yeah, so this one we're seeing is actually, there's customization for each one. It's a beautiful vehicle. It's a one-piece carbon fiber shell, which is amazing. Okay. So that's an industry new standard. I'm not sure of others that are doing it. We're certainly doing that. We always get the question like, what is your ideal client? Well, we have some people that order these already. They range from 20s to 60s. There really isn't one specific demographic that we can point out.
But what's their intention to do with this?
Some urban use, but mostly off-road, expedition type of travel in the backcountry. But the beautiful thing about it is 27 feet long. So you can find parking in cities. You go to a strip mall and you find the two spaces together. You can find parking on the street for 27 feet. You may have to drive a little more than your average 19 feet, but it's worth whatever you have to do. And you got everything inside this, and it's so well capable, it's so comfortable. It's an overlanding vehicle and a 5-star hotel.
You guys will customize things for people.
Correct. And we'll point some of those out.
Yeah.
And you see the beautiful adventure skin, right? It is so beautiful, but it's so functional. So it's our adventure skin, similar to a truck liner. You feel it, it looks great. And my 27North van has this, and that's probably the first thing that people always say is they love it. They love the way it looks, but obviously beyond that, it's so functional. Rocks, twigs, whatever, you're not gonna scratch your vehicle. It's so easy to repair if you do something happens to it, and it's beautiful. So this customer wanted this color black. We have green, we have tan, and we have white. And of course, it can be fully customizable.
This one's built on a 5500. Are they all gonna be Ram 5500 heavy duty?
Yeah, we went to the 5500. It's the limit. It's all the options you can get, and it's their highest model. So it has the Cummins 6.7 turbocharged engine, beautiful engine, right? One of the best engines made. We put on the 40-inch tires and the 20-inch buckstop rims. And we went with this specific tire because it's the highest miles tire. You get 50,000 miles. Generally, you get 30 to 40,000. And it's the only tire that we can find that you can go 81 miles an hour. Most of them have a limit of like 50, 55 miles an hour. This tire is 200 pounds, heavy tire, but you'll see we have a spare in the back.
Per tire?
Yep.
So 200, so we're looking at like 800 plus the spare.
Yeah, and that's why we have a winch in the back, so one person can get the spare down. And you got the 16,000 pound winch here. Everything's the highest, best end, rigid lights, great lights.
On this Ram 5500, is it all-wheel drive? Is it 4x4?
True 4x4, and then you'll notice we have the liquid springs, which are awesome. It goes 8 inches. It's in the drive mode right now.
So there is a mode when you're driving for the highway, for off-road, and then if you want to get up a little bit higher, get some more clearance.
Several modes, and then you also have manual control if you have a specific setting that you want to do.
Okay, very cool.
And then we have the protective plate underneath, the front plate underneath.
So everything you would expect on an excursion vehicle this size, right? So the question I always ask is, you know, what's 27North doing that's going to set this apart from the other stuff you see out there?
All right, well, that's a tough question because first of all, generally any 27North build is amazing as far as quality, right? We have such good quality build. If there's one thing that we have to pick out in the industry that we do for every single one of our vehicles, it's definitely the quality. Everybody notices the quality. You have very few issues. They are house on wheels, of course, so you're eventually going to have some problems, but we have very few problems. And we have excellent support 24/7.
That's really important, because you're going to run into issues. It's how you deal with it.
And so we pride ourselves on that. So we have very few issues and we have great customer service.
So one of the things I think, right, is that your box that you have here is carbon fiber. So this setup, this whole rig is pretty lightweight.
It's a one-piece carbon shell. So that
carbon fiber
shell, it weighs under 500 pounds. Isn't that crazy? This whole thing weighs under 500 pounds.
So this is another one that's about to be made.
Number 2.
Yeah, I think you guys are making some changes as things go along, tweaking things a little bit.
And some of the customers want little things differently, and of course we do that.
So you're saying this here is about 500-ish pounds?
Under 500 pounds, which is crazy. And it has an R value of 10.2.
So this is all one piece.
Correct. One
All
piece.
right. So we're gonna never get any leaks or anything like that
Nope.
here. So this is the insulation. This is the carbon fiber sandwich.
Yep.
With the insulation.
Yep. And we do other things to insulation as well.
And then of course the adventure skin goes on this. You said in 3 different colors.
Yep. A total of 4. Yep. 4 colors. And again, we'll do anything. We can fully customize these for what somebody wants.
Can I mix up my colors on the adventure skin?
We haven't had that request, but we could do it. That's a great, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to have like an external like tattoo, like, right?
Yeah, or like maybe a wave or something going through there that's a different color.
We certainly have the capacity to do that.
Because you guys are doing that in-house.
Yep.
Okay. And the box itself, this box here is being done in-house by you guys, right?
Correct. So we control the whole process. We control everything we build, we manufacture, so that's nice. Of course, some of the external components we order, but we're going to use the best. I want to highlight what you pointed out. This whole vehicle weighs 14,000 pounds. Think about that.
14,000.
That allows you 5,000 pounds to load whatever
for
you want.
GVW.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. So you're still legal there.
5,000 pounds.
And this can tow what?
Ready for this?
Uh-huh.
How about I tell you this first? It can pull 2 of these. It can pull 34,000 pounds.
34,000. That's pretty good.
You could pull 2 of these more and still have some.
I like that. That's awesome. Yeah, you could get a big trailer, put a lot of toys on it.
Think about that. 34,000 pounds.
It's pretty good.
Right? And think about the money you're going to save gas mileage, right? We've got 14,000 pounds. There are some people obviously that are making great overland expedition vehicles, but we're 14,000 pounds.
So the thing I like about that is obviously if you're getting something like this, you want to go have adventure. So this is going to take you out there and then be your base camp. But you may want to bring a Jeep with you. You may want to bring some side-by-sides, some dirt bikes.
Or all of them with this, with 34,000 pounds.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, so that's really cool that you could do that.
And another point, it's 27 feet long. That's a great length. 27 feet for what you get. It's right. The capacity of the vehicle, and we'll see on the inside, the 5-star hotel on the inside.
Yeah.
We have all aluminum cabinets, which I think maybe if it's not industry first, it's certainly a new industry.
Okay, so carbon fiber box and then aluminum cabinets.
Yep.
Are you doing anything much here in the cabin?
No,
or
actually not. I mean, we do have the liquid springs. You have the liquid springs control that we put on there, and whatever lights you want, you'll have the controls for that.
Yeah.
Now, this client did not want to be able to have the pass-through.
Oh, okay.
So there's no pass. There is a plug that we're going to plug up. They wanted that, but they're going to get out of the vehicle and they're not going to crawl through there. So they wanted the seats left as they are. We obviously will modify the seats if you want to be able to go from the cab to the main house.
So you guys have a solution that all of this will fold down. People can go, if you let's say it's raining or something.
Yep. Of course, all the little details, right? You got your trash can, you got your window that comes down. Right, so you have all the details. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, nice big thick door.
Yep, and then again, this is a production model for a client.
You guys are still building it, so I think the steps aren't.
Yeah, they're not. We haven't hooked up the electrical steps, and he has actually wanted a custom handle here, so we're making a custom handle.
Good idea.
It's a specific custom handle. So right now the handle's
so it's something you could grab onto when you're going in and out of here.
Like all of our vehicles, everything's yacht grade, right? Most everything comes from the yacht industry, so it's all yacht grade.
Let's climb up in here.
Let's do it. Okay. We have the beautiful king-size bed and very comfortable mattress.
Huge. The whole ceiling is reflective. Do you guys see that? That's cool. It's like a mirror, but I'm guessing it's like a polished aluminum surface.
Yep.
Oh, it's polished aluminum.
So that's what's nice. Everything's aluminum, right? You don't have to worry about odors. You can clean off. If somebody touched the fingerprints, whatever, it cleans real easily. The durability of them and also the weight savings, right? Again, we're saving a lot of weight here, and this is again 14,000 pounds and fully latching. I mean, you can go down any road and this thing is not coming open. So it's really
but also like this creates a sense of space because it's reflective up here. So even in the bathroom, I noticed the bathroom doesn't have the door. I think he's still trying to figure out.
First of all, they wanted this shower head just like that. So of course we're going to do that. Right. They are deciding between do they want a door or do they want a curtain. So it's up to them what they want.
Or some people get those self-cleaning doors, which I think you have on some of the vans.
Yep, exactly.
But let's look at the space in here.
I'm 5'10", so nice, easy, a lot of room here.
Yeah.
We do have a dedicated fan, which is awesome for the bathroom. And then the window also opens and you have you also have the bug screen and you have the privacy mode as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Arctic turn windows, they're great windows, very good insulation value for them. And what's nice about this window being here, when you're driving down the freeway, some people put that window in the front. but you're going to get all the bugs and all the dirt. So you really have a nice view at night. You can see the stars. It's hard to see the stars in front, and you're not going to have all the bugs and all the other debris. We have a lot of room, right? It's so tall. This vehicle is under 12 feet tall.
So how big is the bed? I don't know if we want to climb up on it because this is someone's bed.
I can keep my feet off if you want me to do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
But
so we can just show
and, of
scale
course, the ladder stores here, and then you just put the ladder on and just go sit in the bed. Very easy to get into. And it's a very nice mattress. And we actually have the coolant and the heating is plumbed right here, right? You got, of course, place for your cell phones and outlets for whatever you need. Your computer, you can work here, do whatever you want. Still, look at all the headroom we got, right? Plenty of room, lay down.
There's a TV here, smart TV monitor.
Smart TV, And then, this is our version of leather that's very durable. It's what we use on all our vans. It's proven, it's beautiful, easy to clean, very durable. Yeah, it's very comfortable. Of course, you have the windows, right? The bug screens, and then you have the blackout. And of course, this opens too, so which is really nice. You have the king size bed and you have a queen size bed.
It's very nicely set up so you guys can see, what it looks like. One of the cool things about this, it's a little bit bigger, right? So this is bigger than a van. For example, you have the 27 North van. You just need to know you're driving a bigger vehicle. The benefit of that is when you get where you're going, you've still got all this room. You can have a big shower. I noticed there's what we would call in the RV industry a full size. I know for a house maybe not, but this is a big fridge. And then when you have this here, you can actually sit down here, enjoy the view. You've got a panoramic view here.
So what's nice about the table configuration, it's easy for people to get in, right? So easy for one or two people. You can turn if you want two people eating.
You could have 4 people here probably.
But everyone, some of them have one piece tables and everybody has to get up to get out. So that's nice. And then these pillows become the queen size bed.
Probably 4 or 5 in that cabin. And then you can sleep 4 in here as well. And then you were showing this. I mean, so all of the cabinetry in here is aluminum. This is a ton of space. These doors are pretty good.
Besides the table and our countertop, there's no wood.
Very easy to open. That's awesome. I won't open all of them and drive Mark crazy.
And you hear, listen to how solid they are, right? Yep.
And this is yet lighter than it would be if you did wood, you're saying, right?
Much lighter, much more durable. And then we have the 7,500 BTU air conditioning with both 48 and 12 volt.
Okay.
The whole electrical system is 48 and 12 volt system. I mean, when you work in the shop, you see it's pretty quiet, right? The foam insulation helps with the noise, helps with, again, the R value of this beautiful unit. It's just so nice to sit here, just so relaxing. You can be working, no problem. You have a big office space. You can have plenty of people, 6 people sit here. You have the 2 beds. If it's raining out for 3 days and you don't want to go out, spend all your time in here. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And so here's your galley. As you're saying, aluminum here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You got a deep sink right here, very, very deep sink, which is nice.
Oh, I see this comes out. You can extend this.
Water filter. We have a convection microwave here. Your Molly panels, however you want to configure. You want to put knives up here, whatever
I like
you want.
that,
Yep, you configure it to yourself. But it's just so nice. It feels so nice inside.
Yeah, so everything. So stronger, aluminum stronger, but lighter.
And much more durable.
Like that.
Yeah.
Wow,
you hear how solid it is, right?
Yeah.
And that's not coming open. On road you go down or off-road capacity you do. It's just such a nice home. It's a 5-star hotel on wheels.
Yeah.
One control panel controls everything, which is really nice.
You can connect it to your phone, I'm guessing.
Yep. So it's just very, control everything. We control everything on the pad.
I see there's some
Here's your lights when you come in the dim. You see how nice and dim. If you want a nice little dim right when you come in.
Nice.
Yep. It's just such a beautiful feel inside, such high quality, such grade. We have 1,200 amp hours of batteries, what this customer got. It's the EcoFlow system. Again, it's a both 48 and 12 volt system, which is awesome. Okay. We talked about this before. We have a winch on the 200-pound tire.
And then this is
the 2 bikes. Yep. They wanted the 2 bikes, and however you want to customize your Amali panels. Again, the beautiful windows that give you all the way 360 view. We have 360 degree security cameras on here.
Okay, so and then just to hit the roof.
We start at 350 watts of solar, and that's what they want. And you have the air conditioner up there, and there's room for whatever else you want.
And I think there's a Starlink up there.
Yep, Starlink. And I believe you got the full dish, which gives you a little better reception out in the middle of nowhere.
I noticed there's no ladders and stuff like that, but all of that can be had if that person wants to store something. In this case, they probably don't need to be able to go up there, but
look at the insulation on this. That's right there. So this is the foam that we're looking at.
Yeah.
And then we use 3M Insulate as well in here. So that's what gives you that a great.
This goes all the way through to the other side.
And what this gentleman, we haven't done it yet, he's got fishing poles. So there's space underneath. So we're actually going to take this out. So his fishing poles can go all the way back. You have skis, whatever you want.
Cool.
I think there's room to get a bike in here. We would configure it that would be room if you want to put your bike up in here. But it's nice to have all that storage, obviously pass through.
Yeah, I think in here you could do some folding bikes if you want to in here, but if you've got the thing outside for your bikes, you're fine.
Yeah, yeah. We do the upgraded smart plug. I mean, little things, little attention to detail.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll plug in.
Yep.
Probably when it's in storage.
Yeah, right, exactly, right. Yeah, 'cause the only time you use this is to show off that we have the upgraded plug.
So, because for power, you know, you said you've got how much solar?
We have, this gentleman is getting 350 watts.
350 watts, and then batteries, how much?
At 1200 amp hours.
1200 amp hours, and then so far as charging, because I know the solar is just trickle charging.
The other great thing about this is what Ram does is they have they will put in the second alternator.
Oh, okay.
So it's really great.
So that's under Ram's warranty.
Yeah,
okay,
so it's
cool.
great. It's great to have that.
So second alternator, that working with the first one is good as a generator.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, plenty of. I mean, you really you'll never have to plug in.
So here's your water hookup, I'm guessing.
Water hookup. Yep.
Yeah. What kind of water tank do we have?
So we have a 100-gallon water tank.
100 gallons.
What's great about both the freshwater tank and the gray water tank, we have remote empty.
Cool.
And even for winterizing, right?
Yeah.
That's why we did on the freshwater, or your water's been in it for 3 weeks and you want to change your water.
Yeah.
Very convenient.
Looks like you've got Truma heat of some sort in here.
And then there's your cassette toilet we talked about, which I think.
There you go. And so what I was saying is that I know some people are worried about changing these, but you can keep an extra 1 or 2 of the cassettes in here. And then the thing is that these you could pretty much dump anywhere. You can get a toilet or somewhere to dump it. Versus if you're on the road trying to deal with a black tank. I like a black tank. I'm not knocking it at all. That's what I have. I like it. But in a lot of places, especially on the West Coast, it's easier to have this.
Yeah, so I have the cassette toilet. And you know, you can empty it anyway. And you're a good point about the second one. I mean, that's a lot of capacity, but yes. And some people put an owl box in the back and they keep the second one back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good point.
Yeah.
And then again, you can see our beautiful adventure skin, our Go Rhino.
Yeah.
Step right up.
Got side step. Let's do a little bit of off-roading here before we, I think we've done the walk around. You want to drive it a little?
Sure.
This belongs to a customer, so we're not gonna go too crazy.
And the customer has now his vehicle.
Don't look at this video later.
Well, it's a star. Your vehicle's a star.
Absolutely.
You got to learn the personality and name your vehicle. So we don't know what his name's yet because he doesn't know the personality.
Right. So we're gonna get the keys for this, and then we're gonna take this outside. Yeah. You ready to drive?
Ready, man. Ready. Take this.
You drive. I'll follow you out there.
All right. Sounds good. See the Trekker in action. A solid build.
Let's hear how it
awesome
sounds.
In the Ram 5500 Limited. Fully loaded. Here's the panel.
Comfort, sport,
Good to
and
see
this is
that.
the ride height. So
Okay, so going max high or high?
High.
High. There you go.
I feel the power going 1 mile an hour. Tour of our beautiful shop. Pulling out to its big brother, the Ascender, which will be right next to the Trekker. You'll see coming out to our beautiful 8-acre off-road track here. Welcome. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Nice bucket seats. Yeah. Fully loaded.
Sweet.
Leather.
So this is your off-road thing out here?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And there's the beginning of our course right here. And we're just standard right now. There's nothing, we just feel how smooth, right? How smooth it is.
Is it even in 4x4 or?
Nope. Not using any really of its capacity. Literally beautiful, right?
Okay, cool.
All right, so nice. Smooth ride, almost like we're on the highway.
And that wasn't even max high we put it in, right?
Right. It's a normal ride high right now.
Yeah.
It's a normal ride. So comfortable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so roomy, so comfortable, so capable. I just want to show you, see, no problem. Look at that, easily, beautiful. There we go. Here you go. You can see how a little bit of what it can do. Not much, but no problem. Look at that, beautiful. Back on pavement. Now we'll go back in front of our wonderful facility here.
Yeah.
Beautiful day here in Springfield.
Yeah,
Our
there's
beautiful
the building.
facility.
Yeah.
There's your van. You have a name for your van?
Yeah. It's called Morgan.
All right, that's a great one. And next to Jack Van Legend there.
Yeah.
All right. And our beautiful 27 North headquarters.
Yeah.
Got our EV charger right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
When I bring my Cybertruck, I know I have a place to charge.
Well, here we are. We've conquered the first mountain.
Yeah, let's go outside and take a look at our handiwork.
This is a 27 North
Make sure you put the parking brake on.
Yep. Just bagged its first peak. The 27 North peak.
All right, so that was like I said, sneak peek, not everything. This is going to a customer. So once these guys have one I could drive, take out and do some stuff with, you guys will be able to see that. But thanks so much, Mark.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so great to see you, Hank, and so good what you do, and so proud to show us our newest vehicle and the Trekker. It's so awesome on so many levels. Right now, actually, is a 2-month wait. So if you want to get one, let us know. Right now, 2 months. We're doing about 4 a month, and then we're going to get up to about 10 a month.
Yeah, there you go. You know, any details, I'm sure we left out a bunch of stuff. If you guys want more details, just call in or send in an email to 27North, and the guys here will be able to answer any questions that you have.
Just a little teaser.
Yes. Okay. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. We're out. Peace.